The sun always comes again. I remember that morning when you called me on the phone. You said, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I can't stay home. You had been through a hard year. You had lost someone you loved. You said the pain was getting better, but it still wasn't enough. So I came to your apartment and I found you by the door. You were holding back your tears like you'd done 1,000 times before. I said, you don't have to hide it. You said, I'm scared to let it show. I said, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to face this alone. And when the tears came falling, you finally let them go. I held you through the silence until you weren't afraid anymore. After the rain, we found a way to breathe again. After the tears, we learned to face our fears. You thought your heart was broken, you thought you'd never love again, but look at where we are now, standing in the rain. After the rain, the sun will shine again. And if you fall, I'll help you stand. You don't have to walk alone. You don't have to hide your pain, because sometimes the best things come after the rain. A few months later, you were smiling more each day. We started taking long walks with no reason where to go. You told me about your childhood, I told you about mine. We shared the parts we'd hidden for such a long, long time. And one evening you told me you were scared to love again. You said, every time I trust someone, they leave me in the end. I said, I can't promise forever, I can't promise there won't be pain, but if you give me your hand, I'll be here through the rain. You looked at me and smiled, then you whispered, that's enough. And for the first time in years, you let yourself believe in love. After the rain, we found a way to breathe again. After the tears, we learned to face our fears. You thought your heart was broken, you thought you'd never love again, but look at where we are now, standing in the rain. After the rain, the sun will shine again. And if you fall, I'll help you stand. You don't have to walk alone. You don't have to hide your pain, because sometimes the best things come after the rain. But life doesn't stop testing you just because you've learned to heal. One day you got a phone call that brought back everything you feared. You stood there in the kitchen with the phone beside your ear. I watched you lose your balance as you heard the words you fear. The person you once loved was asking you to come back home, and suddenly the past returned and you didn't know where you belonged. You said, maybe I should go back, maybe that's where I belong. I said, I'll never hold you back, You chose to stay, not because of me, but because you finally understood that healing isn't going backward, it's choosing the life. You worked so hard to build, the next morning you woke up and the rain had finally stopped. You opened up the curtains and let the sunlight in. You looked at me and smiled. I think I'm gonna be okay. And I said, I know you will. After the rain, we found a way to breathe again. After the tears, we learned to face our fears. You thought your heart was broken, your heart was broken, you'd never love again. But look at where we are now, standing in the sun again. After the rain, the sun will shine again. And if you fall, I'll help you stand. You don't have to walk alone. You don't have to hide your pain, because sometimes the best things come after the rain. Now when the weather changes and the sky begins to turn gray, you don't run from the storm anymore. You know it won't always stay. You take my hand beside you, and we watch the rain come down. You say I used to be afraid of this. I say, look at you now. Because we learned something together that I hope you'll never forget. The rain doesn't last forever, and your worst day isn't your whole life. Sometimes you have to lose your way before you find your role. Sometimes you have to cry before you learn to smile again. And sometimes love arrives after you stop looking.